If you're looking to buy cheap Rocket League items, be sure to check out today's sponsor RL.Exchange. They offer a wide selection of Rocket League items to choose from, they support all platforms, and have multiple payment options. Be sure to use code RLH at checkout for a 3% discount on your entire purchase.
I'm sure Chicago will be relieved to see somebody else getting bumped around and get some demolitions as JNAPS takes out LJ. Of the 6 players on the pitch here, Chicago's been targeted the most. He's been demolished more than anybody as JNAPS will come in from out of nowhere as Daniel couldn't clear this cleanly.
Yeah, you see the miss clear, but look at that from JNAPS.
Part of a reverse sweep effort in the round of 16.
And they need to see if they can pull off a performance similar here in this game. They're still sitting at only 2 shots here. Meanwhile, on the side of G2, as that one goes in from JNAPS, JNAPS is gonna score after the 11th shot. G2 have been lighting it up, and JNAPS has been hitting his mark, shooting 50%.
Still trying to get their first strike. They do have the shot advantage as G2, 11-2. It just hasn't felt like that. As JNAPS through the air, drops down for Chicago, and now it's pouring in.
And G2 look just aim sync. JNAPS again leading the offense here. Beautiful touch straight down to Chicago. Spacestation start to game 1 for G2 though. 30 seconds remaining up by 3. This one looks to be just all them. But you do bring up a point where about Spacestation Gaming, it hasn't looked as bad, but it is starting to look a lot worse though. Chicago gets that one for free. I don't know how. 4-0.
Yeah, this is getting to be garbage time here where you're just starting to now look ahead to the finals. And at this point, anything G2 adds is just a little extra dressing. Daniel for LJ, lining up the double, and he's got it to go.
There you go for LJ, finally finding one. Daniel with a great pop-up. LJ, good communication there for Daniel to leave that 5 minutes on the clock, 0-0. Let's see what SSG bring to the table.
Ideally, Daniel will be a little more sure-handed at the back line, but this time he's nowhere to be found. It's LJ and Arsenal in the net watching Chicago blast one through 17 seconds into game 2.
I love this though because the communication immediately sends the ball there towards them. It's great work there for G2. And again, one of the reasons why they start off strong, but there's Daniel off the kickoff. He'll flick one in to equalize us quickly.
And important to get a quick answer. You can see him go after the demo, trying to nudge Daniel away from the play. He's trying to dump it back into the zone and let his teammates get reset. So for both these teams, huge major implications with San Diego just around the corner. The Invitational coming in a couple of weeks as Daniel gives SSG its first lead of the series.
I love this. LJ looking for that demo on Atomic. You knew how this play was happening as soon as the ball was in that midfield line.
And now Chicago for JNAPS. Chicago's still in the play. LJ the initial stop. Atomic will bring it back central. LJ's there to feed Daniel. Here comes Space Station again. Daniel trying to create, and he does. It's a hat trick.
He pushes it through him. You gotta be able, if one isn't enough, get 2 in the air. JNAPS and Chicago both trying to put a hand up.
SSG had 11 shots per game in their round of 16 series yesterday. This is how SSG is going to fare against that G2 defense. A natural hat trick out of Daniel. This goal means nothing. SSG ties the series.
SSG are gonna take that game. JNAPS will get 1 for the road. He's still keeping the shooting good. There's Chicago trying to get that around in the corner. Atomic with some space. It's a good pop-up. JNAPS is up for this. I think Chicago got a bump as well. It's awkward for SSG. Demo on the play. Chicago with the shot will force it through. And G2 start us off hot.
A very inauspicious start for Space Station defensively. Had the smoke screen in front. Just Daniel chasing down Chicago. Could not get him. And this will fall to JNAPS. They gave G2 a little bit of time. What have they done with it? Not a whole lot. They've given it to Daniel, and that's a cardinal sin.
Look at Daniel, the shining star of Space Station going up. Beautiful flip reset over and surprising. They give it straight to Atomic, and Atomic tries to clear it out. Lots of just boom clears where the ball's being sent into midfield, and teams have been good at meeting them. Again, not being able to give space. Flip reset from Daniel. LJ will get the lightest touch I've ever seen. 15, and that's all he'll need to take this OT.
Well, Daniel's just involved in everything, isn't he? Serve it up. LJ. Defensive
Just
effort out of SSG early here against a G2 team that has been able to run it up quite a bit. They come in averaging over 10 shots a game, and they're certainly going to score plenty of those opportunities, like this one from J-Naps, just under the bar.
When you need to hit the mark, give the ball to that man. Atomic gives it to Naps. Naps with a hater, just under the
You
cross.
said it towards the end of, I believe, game 1, where SSG, it felt like they were kind of hanging on by a thread. And you can still see glimpses of that. G2, though, they are cutting that thread as J-Naps will get a second.
There are times that it looks like SSG does not actually have voice comms going.
Feels still a boost while Atomic is trying to lead the charge. J-Naps, again, able to turn on this, keeping this in play, and Spacestation have to keep their head on a swivel because G2 is running around. Maybe a chance for Daniel, and he finds one, bringing Spacestation back into the game.
Keep your eyes downfield and watch LJ. Bang! Atomic out of the play. And Daniel away, and Arsenal's got to scramble back. Chicago's there, and somebody's got to take the shot. Finally, it's Chicago, the floater, and it does not go. It hit everything except the net. J-Naps will try. Chicago's there, and he hit the post again, but J-Naps will clean it up.
J-Naps having to help out Chicago there. It's a beautiful pass. Chicago had a chance for the shot, goes off the post. J-Naps still in the air, not giving.
What happened, and BDS reigns supreme. They seem like a far, far cry away from that now. And it's so tough now to even get to a world final. Much tougher than it's ever been before. And Chicago getting things started for G2. The timeout for Space Station didn't seem to help a whole lot.
I mean, that's a reference not many people will get.
No, definitely not.
That
Just trust us on this one.
Daniel with the flick, and Daniel with the goal. We've seen him do this so many different times. Great awareness here and great individual effort.
Daniel just keeps going. He's still at 100%. 49 remain in the tournament life of SSG if they allow G2 to take this game. Arsenal bumping Chicago out of the way. What a pick by Daniel. He read his soul and adds another to the tally.
Cookies, give me that. That's exactly what he said. Atomic, who you passing to? Daniel cuts it out.
Oh, LJ way up ahead. Arsenal is waiting. That's going to waterfall down towards him. But Arsenal will not have a look at his first goal of the series. Here's Atomic. He will score his first, and he ties up game 6.
Free lane here for Atomic. Daniel, we talked about the awareness here, but he's expecting a touch there. Chicago and Arsenal both missed.
The enormity of the situation certainly not lost on either of these squads. Oh, so close to each other in the race to San Diego.
Oh, another double commit though. Daniel and LJ, and they got punished for it. Chicago to the top left.
There's a little bit of my turn defense. Problem is, it wasn't their turn. Chicago with a little help from Atomic.
Oh, they're not done. Arsenal gets called off by Daniel. Arsenal on that wall, 10 seconds left. SSG trying to make the play. LJ gets the shot, and it's good! Space Station tie it up. We're still playing on.
This beast refuses to die. It's the first goal.
Much space. They're going to take solid advantage of it. We've seen what these players can do when they have just enough time to think about what they're trying to figure out. LJ with the double to Arsenal. No, it's not in. LJ will get the follow-up. Space Station are going to Champions Field.
LJ and Arsenal combined with 7 seconds left in regulation.
But they have not been able to kind of get things going in the opening minute. This is going to be their first play upfield. J-Naps taking it low, but Daniel with the clear. LJ's downfield, and no! Atomic, amazing save on the goal line!
Early on Champions Field, but no score. Daniel will try again. Trying to get a piece of Chicago. Dropped it back for Arsenal. Stuffed by Atomic. He's in the air. LJ isn't, and Atomic scores.
If he needs to step up, he will. Beautiful read on the play. Notice he caught LJ out, wasted no time getting into the air.
Adding his first goal of the series. That previous game on Neo Tokyo. J-Naps shot here. saved by Arsenal, the only player on this field who has not scored in this series. Chicago for LJ.
Oh, he got him!
Try and save it. Arsenal couldn't keep it out either. Chicago gets a second for G2.
Got the light touch. It was just what he needed. Missed. Arsenal got caught out. Goal for G2. Great play for Chicago as G2 are not trying to give this series away.
Daniel off the demo by LJ. Here comes SSG again.
Man, you can see the frustrations. Chicago's the one demoed there.
Daniel will get the clearance, and he just got a hand up in front of JNAPS as well. LJ to pop this out from Chicago. Daniel trying to thread the needle, and he almost did. Arsenal to follow. Over to LJ. Tie game.
The team play from SSG keeps going. They keep clawing their way back. Infield pass, LJ at Spacestation Gaming. Like I said, they looked awkward, but now they're starting to really find their form.
Remember the Blue series from Arsenal. That's dangerous off the crossbar, and Atomic will score in overtime for G2 as they survive a massive challenge out of Spacestation Gaming.
This went off poorly. So now they're trying to get back into the form that we all know that they can be in. And it just makes things so much more tense in what is the middle of the split. As Zanil finds the split of the defense, Knights will pick up their first goal.
And Zanil is one of the guys that was actually kind of, in high demand.
They're not showing signs of fear here. I think they understand, they know their potential, they know what they can do as players, and they're going to force the issue here for FaZe Clan. It's not going to be a free game. They are going to have to earn it. First killer with a flip reset, though. That's just automatic.
Everybody just kind of stops and stares, except for one who was taken off the field prior to that effort.
On that back end, you're expecting him to make some tough saves, but also put on some good shots. And first killer, you just expect him to be first killer at the end of the day. Like, flip reset to the top corner, that's first killer. Getting a beat on two to the other corner, that's first killer. He's got 2 goals this game, and FaZe have the lead.
And that's the pressure that's always on first killer, right? When he's not, he's got both goals now for FaZe. Both basically unassisted. Typical got the assist for that one. And that adds to his tally. Missed, running free. He'll add a goal of his own. And FaZe Clan are starting to run away here in the final minute.
Yeah, look at this. Again, beating out 2 here. The double commit's not been kind. Just a great save out. And look at that. Straight on the transition is FaZe Clan.
You know, in seasons past, maybe that shot gets through, but it's been a big emphasis on defense and turning it into offense, and that's exactly what FaZe Clan has done. Missed with the save inside the net, then they get it quickly downfield. Typical the first.
Definitely slowed down, and they almost got caught out there. Cheese was bringing on the back wall, but it's only short-lived. Typical's getting demo after demo. First killer with the challenge. Missed. Clean it up, and he does. What a press play forward here for FaZe Clan.
First killer gets the benefit of an assist there. He's fit in with this squad, but he's having an excellent Winter Cup. And he had an excellent major, for that matter.
Yeah, he has. And seeing Typical do so well and find his places, he is going to find the back of the net here as well. Everybody from FaZe Clan is scoring this game, and you just love to see it. This is that cohesion, that teamwork, that to kind of build on that. And when they get to the teams like the G2s, the Gen.Gs, that team play is going to be the difference maker here. I'm saying that because they're up by 3 right now, up by 4. And this game, I'm saying it. This is FaZe Clan. Game 2 is FaZe Clan.
I'm calling a timeout for the Knights right now. For Sosa and missed yet again with another big save.
Man, they are blocking everything on that FaZe Clan side, and they turn it around the other way. First killer gets this goal, and I gotta look back and see how he got this around. He used the Neo. So different how they've been playing. He's changed. They want to represent North America here, but they also want that victory for themselves Miss will find the back of the net. FaZe Clan in the opening seconds looking dominant here. Oh my goodness, that flip reset
More than a lot of teams do. First killer to missed again. Zenil at least slowed it down. Sosa can outlet. Gonna take this himself. Got it started over to Zenil. Out of the corner, second touch.
Oh!
Got to Sosa, and it pinballs in. The streak is over.
There you go. They finally forced the issue. Great pass out. The follow-up from Zenil is so solid, and Sosa does not.
Central, but nobody home for the Knights. Playing very conservative, very cautious, and maybe just intimidated by FaZe Clan.
Yeah, you can kind of tell there's a bit of a breakaway, and first killer snatches it. Give me that. Gets the lead here, and Zenil tries to play it off to the side. Cheese just can't get there in time. You see Sosa, he's doing his
Picked up
best.
his fourth assist there. So he's going one per game so far. First killer through the air again. Got the dunk. Sipical trying to score. No, it's back to miss. Add another assist for Sipical as it's 3-1.
Oh man, they're starting to get on a run here. Typical touch out, missed up quickly. It's going top right. He's got so much.
Treat into the back corner, collect some boost. Koi, we may get to see that defense on display here.
We've seen plenty of defense from Koi, and certainly the desk wasn't too high on them. But hold on, how about the double tap from Gyro to kick things off for Koi?
Nope, no defense. Just air dribble off the backboard, 2 touches, and Gyro says, hang on, we're not done.
Backboard, and Raceball smart enough to know he's not going to get there first. Does take the challenge, and a second touch shot down from AJG goes wide.
Good mental picture of the pitch, as that's a great cross all the way to AJG. Complexity with good vision, move it left to right a couple of times in a row, and finally Koi can't follow it.
Didn't see too much offense from Complexity early on, but they found their, especially with that time and space that Knight was given. Now the flip reset from Knight. He's trying to take a chunk out of this Complexity defense.
Oh, he got demoted.
It's not just Gyro that presents a problem. Here's the pass. Gyro thoughts it through off the post, and Koi take game 1.
Man, what a press from Aqua here in the corner. CRR just can't get around the ball or cause any interference.
In that first game. And it's interesting. I mean, you're really seeing Gyro push as that point man downfield. And not that that isn't expected, but I think it just wasn't expecting all the success. And now this is not a success for Koi as the clear rolls right into the lap of Complexity.
Yeah, they go up, try and get aggressive and fight for the ball, but unfortunately Gyro, he may have been expecting that
Koi, but just not as aggressive, doesn't have that same sting that they had in game 1.
Yep. Far from out of it yet, though. 3 minutes. Gyro up early, but he doesn't make contact. AJG will make him pay.
And there's the sting from Complexity. CRR with a setup touch, wonderfully placed to let AJG go up and do what he does.
You have to execute, and the other team knows you're coming at him. It's when it's generally, to me, the hardest to find success. CRR really slow playing one, and it ties them all in knots.
Great play from CRR, but it was Raceball who comes through, takes out Aqua. The net opens up just a bit. Touches
come across the box.
Opportunities there. Koi have really got to get squared away here. Find each other downfield. Set something up. As not get faked by Raceball. Raceball, here comes again. The pass across, and he's there perfectly. CRR 4-0 Complexity.
See, you like that aggression from Gyro, but you like to see even more Raceball's understanding of the space of that challenge. Yeah, at least a team like Koi kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit if you're Aqua, Gyro, and Knight here, because you're like, okay, that's pretty much what we're up against for the rest of the series, and they're going to get more of it. Gyro tries to chop it down from the backboard, but can't quite get it done.
I was on Gyro's cam here, and he's looking at CRR the whole time, and then AJ comes out from behind. Great shot from Aqua wasn't back in time. And Complexity come out and get a sucker punch here.
Another tough early pill to swallow. Aqua almost. Gyro should finish this. Okay, it just takes one good challenge. Forget about the opener. Back to 0-0, all things considered, and feel okay now.
And more points for Gyro right now than he did in the previous game.
Koi, but sometimes it just can't get it done. Not the way to have it go. But you still got plenty of time. You know you can at least generate chances now. It's possible. Oh, no. Shot straight at him and can't keep it out.
And I think for Knight here, this is a tough one because the angle is so good.
Over him,
and it's his body.
I think he thought it was so unlikely that you're actually going to get a shot on target that he started to turn out because he thought it was going to be passed off the wall. And as soon as he realized that he just cut out, no one cares because Aqua has gone right back down to the other end of the pitch and tied things up.
And this is exactly what you were talking about, Achieves. Despite giving up goals, you could be happy with this game so far from Koi because they're
I think Aqua thought RLCS had that one, decided to go steal some boost. Gyro solo attempt and kicked away by the Complexity defense.
Yeah, Aqua didn't have boost on the pass, but he drops it down for Knight, and Koi take the lead.
Thought for sure that AJG or RLCS was going to be able to get back here and maybe even CRR. Oh, I guess he did get a touch.
Pull up on. Just create that chaos that he can create on a defensive side. And it's certainly paying off here. Now Complexity having to ramp up a bit, finding themselves down a goal. Hold on, tied it up by RLCS.
RLCS just fires a laser straight in between two defenders. They get stuck in the back of the net and on the backboard. Talk about a perfectly timed power shot. AJG unable to connect. CRR has to buy some time here. Closing out for RLCS. Complexity really just seeing if anyone's going to commit the demo. Indeed, 4-3. Koi stay in the lead.
I was about to say, there's a lot of boom ball happening here. Players just hitting it left to right in the midfield. And the demo, they saw their opportunity.
We're now getting visible. RLCS, again the demo from Gyro. CRR is forced to just smash that off the wall. This will make them go out of their own half for the final possession. I like that idea from RLCS. Let the ball travel. He actually gets through everyone. CRR is stretching.
Oh my gosh.
Side. He's done it. All from the great transition here.
Koi got caught. You can see two go. And with the flip reset control from CRR to then catch back up to that one over his crossbar and out.
Dished out to AJG, shot wide. CRR leaving it for RLCS. Actually slips that one by Knight. He may get the bump here as well. Down to AJG. And that is great. A press from Complexity in the corner. They'll take the 2-1 lead.
I had completely forgotten this was a 4-4 game. 9 goals scored here. The 9th one, a dish.
Just touch the ball in a way that they can't try and go for a second follow-up. And that's really why Rocket League to me is it's the game of inches. CRR! Game of inches indeed. The defense comes up empty and CRR says, well, this is what happens.
Game of timing as well. Gyro just came off the respawn there. You stay behind the ball, you take the challenge head on when you get challenged, and you're not just giving it up for free, right? You're not just blasting it high into the air, and obviously it takes boost. Here's a good bump. Oh my, Knight just squeaks all the way through. He's got a man in front to knock away defenders, and Koi tie it up.
Okay, so CRR, he got bumped on the goal line. I was kind of wondering how on the blue side. Gyro rotating in to help Knight. Aqua rotated back to get boost. They will throw RLCS up the ceiling, but he's still going to try and make a play on the ball. AJG actually realizing he needs to go and get this one. Gyro gets all the way around the backside, takes the lead with 12 seconds.
And Gyro kind of telegraphed where he was going, but he pulled it back so far with no boost. Look at this shot. CRR doing it right.
But now that feels like an almost overcommit from Koi. It leaves Aqua on an island here, and he does a marvelous job. Oh my days.
And RLCS his touch almost getting away, but CRR pokes the three. And off the great clear from Aqua somehow. Complexity turned this one back around. What happened to the Koi defense?
So Aqua got that beautiful double tap out of the corner, right?
Half, we were talking earlier. Now you're down to 20 seconds. You need to press, and they're not holding on to the ball. AJG doing the smart thing, getting extra touches. CRR, it's given to him for free, and the dagger here in Game 5 is a confusing one.
Big misunderstanding here from Koi. I mean, Aqua and Gyro, I think they were both going for that boost. You kind of saw exactly that happen as they got to 20 seconds. They just missed the ball, and Complexity goes and scores a second one. So I'm like, if you can do that in a 1-0 game, if you're Complexity, why not just do the same thing? And they don't even have to. CRR capitalizing off the midair demo from RLCS and the pass.
Yeah, great touch here from RLCS, and the demo frees up the space for this one to drop to CR. Well, and it's, you know, from what we saw in the last game, there is an indictment to be had about how they were able to, or I should say the lack of shots generated.
Or you can mistouch the ball.
Okay. All right.
Well, now it doesn't matter. Whoops.
Oh, my. RLCS and CRR, what was going on there? And I'll take it. I mean,
trying to put that on display. AJG not quite able to convert the double tap opportunity. Aqua getting out in front of the ball, so Knight never a bit awkward. And here's where you start to think and wonder about that placement, because Razeball comes through and eats it up.
disaster. You leave the space open.
So much.
Great touch from CRR, and I mean, no one there. Seen that a couple times from Koi. Trying to set something up, and there's just no one there in the midfield. They're either too far up or too far back. People don't have boost. Now the pinch will come out from Koi. Wonderfully executed, and an equalizer found.
That doesn't feel like a bad clear. It's the gyro demo in the backfield. It puts Razeball out in no man's land.
You were saying it was going to be rinse repeat for complexity, and it was looking that way until the disaster. And now here comes Aqua.
No.
CRR, he's he's too low. He's not going to get there in time, and Aqua going to put Koi in the lead.
I think CRR flubbed his transition here. No, he just couldn't. Why did he rotate his car down? What did I thought maybe he messed up a half lip or something, but no, he was just tracking straight back, didn't get bumped, just turned his car upside down and backflipped into the lower corner for some strange reason. That one I cannot fathom, but it doesn't matter. He gets it right back. Complexity to tie it back up. The ensuing kickoff not going Koi's way.
A lot of these, in this game in particular, Game 6, feels like when they execute in that fashion.
So another shootout here in Game 6. Complexity trying to put it down. 41 seconds left. Again, it's Gyro one-on-one on the goal line, and there's just too much to cover.
CRR is just dishing it out to his teammates too now that have just been buttered.
More than a few times has got that ball in that spot, and they have executed just about every single time as AJG trying to waste the last few seconds off the clock. Knight misses. That means CRR will come and drive it home. 5-3 will be the final score. Well, Koi, you gave it an honest go. But unfortunately, you can't hang with the top dogs from South America.
Flying Blaze again, looking for something in the midfield. Connects quickly, but 50-50'd out, and we're back down the other end. And Matey's struggling to hold on to a lot of pressure, but they're getting good looks at the net, Jorby. And another one for Gen.G, a dunk at that. That's going to be the first goal in favor of the boys on the orange side.
Good progression, started with a decent 50. Jack forced Kinsei to stay on the ground. And I mean, he's not the only one. Like, Jack says the same thing, right? They don't feel like they're doing anything that special, but it has turned into some special results for sure. But that first goal is wiped away with a beautiful go-ahead from Lion Blade.
Just think indeed. I mean, look at this play. Drawn up the exact way you wanted it to. Kinsei off the ceiling. 2 players bit at that challenge, and then you beat out, follow it up. Back to the middle, and that is the play. That's where Gen.G continued to keep their offense forward, but it was sniffed out, intercepted by M80 early on, but they still continue. This is what I'm talking about, Jorby. Gen.G, they don't let up. They continue to press the hammer, your defense.
It's just too much. Lion Blaze tried to beat Chronic, but as soon as Chronic wins, I mean, could keep this pressure up. They might generate something good, but Lion Blaze, a free jump
they're all gone. They're all gone.
Off tune. Abjack puts that one in. Not exactly how I made you want to do that.
Yeah, you've got Lion Blaze and Percy in the same exact spot. You're a little bit eager to get this ball down the other side, off the backboard. Abjack sets up Chronic, who sets up himself for a flip reset, but sniffed out by Percy. And finally, some space for M80 to work with. And as I say that, quick they turn around. You think you got space, but it's 150-50, and it's into your top corner.
Oh, poor Percy trying to rotate back. He even got a full tank of boost to complement, and then he got smoked. They can't. Gen.G are just too good. Nolly, another light little pass back over to Chronic. And here's Gen.G working with their food at the start of game 4.
Oh, man.
Squares it
Nolly's
up.
there.
Nolly passed to Chronic underneath. Chronic's eating real good, ain't he?
It's so selfless, Jorby. Look at Nolly in the left side. You think he's going to take a shot, but he knows the pass is so much more effective.
Doesn't matter. Even if they cause the mistake, every other decision goes the right way, and Jack picks up the save at the end. But M80 retained possession. Off the bar. Still open for Kinsei. And finally, M80 get on the board.
And a mistake comes out on the side of Gen.G. Nolly doesn't read that crossbar bounce perfectly and doesn't even find a touch. And
he might have killed his play with 2 touches. Good 50 from Kinsei. Give it a follow-up. Lion Blaze right into Nolly.
It's right to Percy, though.
But, no, wait, that's going to work out. Percy finds his way through the seam, and now they have a lead.
I think I understood what Nolly was going for here, trying to give a pass back to Chronic, at least set up a better 50-50.
Before Lion Blaze's touch, confident he could just get there in time. But now Chronic and Jack don't connect. There have been more passes that Gen.G haven't connected on, but Chronic connects with the ceiling, and he connects with the net while he connects with his fans' heart. My goodness, this man is a maniac.
He just scooped it off of Lion Blaze's car. He said, thank you very much. I appreciate you setting me up.
He rinse everybody in winter, and he's up in the air again, but it leaves a free ball for apparently Jack. And M80 are forced to respond in the tie game. Gen.G never sleep. Another beautiful pass, easy tip in for apparently Jack.
And you can see Nolly is trying to atone for his sins on the defensive side by giving Abjack one of the freest nets he'll ever get. This is the one game where they've shown a couple of signs of weaknesses on defense, so you can't disrespect M80 completely.
The push right here with the demo Percy.
That's
it. Lion Blaze flexes, and we got a tie game.
Lion Blaze, how did he squeeze this through? You got Percy coming off the ceiling, a demo as well on the defense opening up space, and here's space for Abjack, but the fourth man comes through.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, man.
He may let that one shake him.
Never mind.
He shook it right off. Never mind. Lion Blaze left in a tough spot here as Kinsey's 50 goes out. Percy goes for the midfield boost, and Lion Blaze is just left wondering.
15 seconds to go. Gen.G looking for the semifinals, and so are M80. They're not going down without a fight.
Lion Blaze, big demo. Percy sets it up.
Lion Blaze.
Here he comes. Kinsey got the demo, and Lion Blaze scores 4-4 with 4 seconds.
It's not over yet. Another demo from Kinsey. Percy doing a little bit of magic in the corner.
Kinsey, 36. Got the bump, but nobody around again, and Chronic has to play it back over to Nolly. Some close chances here for M80.
And I do like that from Kinsey, who has been the lead blocker, and here he is again. Kinsey demoing him, taking him out, and then Lion Blaze sends it back to the bottom of the net. That is how you get it done. OT win for M80.
If you can't beat them, delete them. That's a jump and pray moment for Kinsey as well. You're not in a position where you can really actually contest that ball. You're just hoping Jack hits it into you. Or excuse me, Nolly hits it into you. Here's another pass, and a goal! M80 strike first!
Striking first, and it's Percy behind the ball. He takes the corner as Kinsey dishes it out. Chronic is looking for something else in this game, like these 50-50s, awkward touches, and of course the demos. Kinsey, he wants to get a piece of the air dribbler there, but doesn't find it. Regardless, it's still going to go in favor of Percy, and Lion Blaze, good speed, and it's over all of the defenders. The second goal now for M80.
You said it, great speed. Apparently Jack tracking Percy here. Percy recognizing it and forcing Jack to have to come out, at least a chance at it. Lion Blaze, like you said, just a faster player that time, and a 2-goal lead for M80.
It's developing rather well for M80. Another solo play. This is Kinsey surrounded by every single member from Gen.G in the corner. What happened here?
Jack is sitting on the wall. He's expecting Nolly, I think, but Nolly couldn't get there fast enough. It happened so quickly. Kinsey gets M80 a goal. This is a comfortable lead now, right? I mean, again, it's been defensive.
Oh my, make it forward.
It's not defensive anymore. The goals just keep going in.
It's not defensive. You're right. It's wide open. Kinsey got that 50-50, and Lion Blaze bulldozes his way through for
M80. And I know what you're thinking. How can
you're saying a 4-0 is a bad thing?
Well, like, think about this. You got 2 minutes left in this game, right? And if your defense holds, you know, you could get caught sleeping a little bit because that's 5-0 now, bro. When it's 5-0, I don't even want to. What is there to talk about? What is there to think about when you're even in the game? You're gonna start sleeping and make things go bad.
No way.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see it. I'd like to.
How long have we known each other?
3 days.
It's been a little longer, but
no,
the goal setting up the Brazil. There's minute 54 left, and they get their first goal.
I guess we are just setting up the Brazil for what seems to be a wash game, and we've seen crazy things happen, but I don't. And Gen.G, I feel like they needed to score, or at least need to score right here, as it immediately turned around. Good 50-50s, and this has been much better from M80. I mean, we have to compliment their offense, but the defense from Gen.G has been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Like these don't look like typical goals that would have gone in game 1 or 2.
Well, Jack had no boost. He had and Gen.G's errors and maybe slight misreads of the play in front of them could have contributed to a lot of those early goals.
Right.
Jack's still pre-jumping though. He's just happy to be there while Nolly scores. And a second one for Gen.G.
At this point, all the players, Gen.G included, are definitely focused on just calibrating their minds.
Denied by Chronic. Gen.G, a scary situation averted.
And to be honest, that was a painful sequence of events for M80. That had a fantastic look at the net. Abject was too slow to get up, but it's not going to matter. They're going to get one back. Percy through the corner, weaving around the defense. That's just lovely control from that first touch. It was placed perfectly, slotted right between those two. The backboard himself, and a slower shot comes through because Kinsey, he didn't jump too early, but he had enough time to get in the middle of it, and now he's got to get the save, which he does find. It's still bouncing in front of the net, and finally, Abject, after what feels like, I believe it was 8 shots now for this team, they get one.
It took a triple commit. Lion Blaze, and they still can't find the net.
I mean, M80, they're making waves. They're trying to give everything they've got at the net. Stealing boost, going for demos. Everybody's rotation lingers forward. But just like that, it's turned around. We doubted Gen.G for a split second, and they quickly remind us why they're the best in this region.
You cannot doubt this man. He is